Welcome back, Pokefans, to part 5 of my Pokemon Flora Sky series. Last episode, we got our second gym badge in Platepick City. This episode, we'll move ahead and go to Root Hedge as well as to the Dark Cave. Now, there is a cycling road in this game as well, and I'm very excited to explore it. It's gonna be a pretty big route, and we don't really have the third gym and the next city coming up anytime soon. So I'm just gonna be exploring the routes today as well as the cycling route, which I'm really excited for. Alright, you might have seen my Pokemons. I have leveled up them a bit more and all of them are around level 25. Now the main thing I'm gonna be also focusing on this episode is gonna be leveling up my Aaron, who's at level 7. I do want it to be around the same level as my other team members. Right, here is our first trainer in the Dark Cave, and I think I should have had Curlia up in front because this is a ninja boy, so he usually has poison type Pokemons. Alright, now the location that we are in, which is the Dark Cave, does need us to actually use Flash. So please go ahead and pick it up. It's gonna be in the Union room, that is in the right exit of Platepick City, so it's quite easier to get it. And we won't really get a chance to explore this Dark Cave in this turn. The main reason for this would be that we don't really have any other, I guess, the HMs that is required to explore it. Mainly that would be probably Surf, Strength HM, etc. So I think we're just gonna be passing through this cave for now. Right, it seems like my Aaron is getting a lot of EXP considering I did give it the EXP share, and I am going to be focusing on leveling it up. Alright, here we have defeated the first trainer, and I think I do have to go ahead and use Flash over here. Now, I don't think there is any item that we can actually pick up in this area, so I will just go ahead and heal up my team member and we can move on. I am back. Now, I actually forgot to get some items before coming over here. That is one of the important things that you guys might have to do because the area that we are going to doesn't really have any kind of Pokemon centers in between. So you do have to have a lot of healing items as well as, I guess, antidotes, paralyzed heals, etc. So I just went ahead and got those. Now over here we are outside in Root Hedge, which is actually the next route that we are supposed to be in. I guess in this episode we are gonna be covering this very huge route. Alright, first of all we have a grass type trainer over here, which means having my Grottle up in front wasn't the best idea. Now I have been mentioning in the last episode that I will be catching some new team members. That means I do have to kind of sort of go back to Beebug Forest and Route C. I have been planning to do that in this episode, but I think for now we can just explore this route a bit more and then go back to get the Pokemons that I need. Alright, for her second Pokemon I did go ahead and switch back into Curlia. I feel like it's a better match against Roselia. As usual, I am a huge fan of Roselia after using it in Pokemon Shiny Pearl, and it's one of those amazing Pokemons that you don't really realize until you use it in your team. Of course, Rose Red is amazing. Now, here we have our first item for the day. It's actually a Super Potion. Quite useful, especially since we have a lot of battles to go through as well. As you can see, this is the cycling road of this route, I guess, of this game. And I am not going to be exploring the cycling route first. I think we should probably go ahead and explore the other part of this route, that is going through grass. And once we go through it, I think I will go back and explore the cycling road as well. Now, you might see different entrances for Dark Cave, but as far as I am known in this game, none of them are accessible for us now. You might be able to go to the first cave room, but you have to have, I guess, HMs like Surf and Strength in order to move on. For now, I guess just for the purpose of finding out what Pokemons you can encounter, you probably can go ahead and just look into the caves. But as far as I know, I don't think it does have any of the items as well. Alright, here we have another Pokemon trainer who's actually a collector. And it's nice to see some really good Pokemons over here. And as usual, Aaron is leveling up. It's at level 11. I do want to try and level it up as much as I can just before I go ahead and catch my other team members. Alright, let's go ahead and switch into Grottle since it's fluffy. I really don't have any ground type Pokemon for now, and once Grottle actually evolves into Torterra, it will be the ground type Pokemon for my team. So I think having it out against a electric type Pokemon would be fair enough for now. Alright, one more Razor Leaf and we should be able to take it down. And of course it decreases my attack. Now the main thing over here is I was not paralyzed, so that is a good thing. Alright, we have defeated this Pokemon trainer as well. So let's quickly go ahead and... okay. It seems like most of these trainers have been trying to register to my Pokénav, which I don't believe is that much helpful in this game, considering we are not going to be battling them anymore. Alright, let me try using Flash again. We are back in the another part of the Dark Cave. And let me just look around to see if there are any items that we can pick up. As you can see, we do have to have Strength HM for moving that rock. And of course, the other path is blocked, so we don't really have anything to do. Now, I feel like these caves over here in these routes kind of look like an exit instead of an entrance of a cave. Maybe at some point when we, I guess, go through a cave in this game, we might exit in this route. So that is what I'm probably thinking. We do have another, I guess, exit. Yep, it also seems to connect to the other cave. Alright. So that is that. So all the cave or all the entrances that you see in Route H are probably just cave exits and not something we can actually explore for now. Alright, here is the pathway that I was talking about. This is the ground grass route for Route H, other than the cycling route that we have. I feel like trainers over here are, I guess this route actually has more trainers than the other route. So I would like to go through these trainers first. Alright, the trainer Pokemons are around level 20, so that's nice to see. This game actually keeps you up in your toe. You have to be constantly leveling up your team members and keeping up with the levels, or else you'll probably be in trouble. That's what I feel when I play this game. Now the one trick I have learned when having a double battle is that we need to actually focus on one Pokemon at a time. If you try focusing on two Pokemons, probably it will not take down both of them and they might take down your Pokemons. So I feel like taking down one Pokemon at a time is a pretty good thing. Alright, we have defeated the first pair of Pokemons. Here is the second one, who should be going down for my Razor Leaf. And of course it was a crit, that was pretty nice. Alright, we have defeated these two trainers. Let's move ahead. Now I feel like I should stop actually using Fluffy because as I mentioned in the last episode, I won't be using it anymore. In the beginning, I actually wanted to use Fluffy in my team, but I see that there are different electric type Pokemon that I've never used and I did want to try something new. So I might not actually use it in this game. Alright, here is the next trainer that we're having. So let's quickly go ahead and battle him. Since he's a water type trainer, I think Grottle will be a pretty good match for this. Alright, he actually has a Magic Cup, which I personally struggled training up. Magic Cup does take a lot of EXP to level up, so it's not pretty easy training it up. Unless you have rare candy, that is. If you have rare candies in this game by using a cheat, then that is an easy way to level up. But personally, I like to level up with the Pokemons around the area. That actually is pretty good. Alright, we have newer Pokemons in this route. You do find some electric Pokemons as well as Gulpin. Electric type Pokemon such as Electrike is here. I believe you can also find Bingle in this route as well. But nothing too good, nothing that's good enough to add to my team. So I'm not going to be using any of these team members. But if you want to use a unique electric type Pokemon, Electrike would be pretty good. And as you can see, I'm back in the Bug Forest. Alright, by using the Headbutt tree, I was finally able to encounter an Emolga. As I said before, I wanted to try and use Emolga in my team instead of Fluffy. So let's try and catch this one. Okay, I did go ahead with a Thunder Wave, which is pretty good. Let me try using Tackle. And of course, my Pokemon takes it down. Alright, so let me cut to when I actually encounter it once again. This was pretty bad, so let me try that one again. Okay, now it did take me around 5 to 10 minutes to encounter another Emolga. It feels like it is one of those rarer Pokemons in this game. I was also able to find a Heracross in this tree as well, which I did catch. But I am still debating on whether I want to use it in my team or not. For now, we'll focus on catching this one without killing it. Okay, that was pretty good. I think it's at a pretty good position where I can actually try using... never mind. I guess I can use another Tackle. I did not realize that Emolga can hold orange berries, and at least this one had one, so... There we go. The second Tackle was pretty good, so we can actually try using our Great Balls and see if we can catch it. 2, 3... And we have got a Emolga. Alright, so that is pretty good. Now that we have added one of the new Pokemons into our team, let me make my way to Route C and catch my next Pokemon. Okay, it took me quite some time to find a Growlithe. It seems like it's one of those, again, a rarer Pokemon in this route. Thankfully, I was able to catch it in the very first Great Ball, so that is pretty cool. This Growlithe also has the ability of Intimidate, which I would personally recommend you guys to have. If you're gonna catch a Growlithe, definitely go ahead and find one which has Intimidate ability. Alright, after bringing out my Pokemons which I just got from my box, this is my team members. This is what I'm gonna be having as my team for now. Maybe in the future I might try and switch up my team members a bit more, but for now these are gonna be the 6 Pokemons that I'm gonna be using. Now let me make my way back to Route H and I'll see you guys soon. Well, back here in Route H, here is our next trainer. Now I did go ahead and switch up my team members a bit more and kept Aaron up in front. I feel like it's at level 13 and should be able to take down the opponent Pokemons, I guess, pretty easily. Now, of course, it is a steel type, so it doesn't really get too much damage. It resists a lot of types. Unfortunately, it got Thunder Waved, so now it's paralyzed. Alright, I guess we are going to be trying this one again. And I'm not really happy about the damage that it did. I think Mud Slap isn't the way to go with Aaron, so I might have to switch it out at some point. But since Electrike isn't really doing any kind of damage, I think I should be pretty good. Alright, at least we should try using Metal Block, which does increase the attack. As you can see, it did increase my attack over here. Alright. It missed our move and we were able to use Metal Claw. One more move and we should be able to take down this Electrike. Alright, that is the first victory for my Aaron, who got 354 EXP. That is pretty good. And of course he brings out Voltorb. Now I have very bad memories of Voltorb. Every single time I encounter one, they just tend to explode and I am very scared of their moves. They do learn self-destruct, which is a pretty good move if you're trying to deal a lot of damage on your opponent, and that's the main reason why I don't like it. But I still believe that Aaron will be able to manage it, considering that it does have sturdy ability and shouldn't have too much trouble with this. Alright, leveled up after one battle. That is pretty good. Let's move on. We do have 2 to 3 trainers in this route that are left, other than the trainers in the cycling road. Now, I think if you jump down the ledge over here in the left side, it will actually take you to Route I, which is a route for a further part of this game. We're not supposed to be going there right away. I think we do have to go through another volcanic cave and to another town. But there is a Pokemon Center in Route I, so if you do want to heal your team members, I would recommend just going and healing your team in Route I, coming back to Route H and going through the right side of the route to move on forward with the game. Personally, I think that is what I'm going to be doing pretty soon. I think it's a really good strategy and you don't have to struggle too much. Alright, we were able to take down the Turtwig, which I believe is the first time we're seeing a random trainer having a starter Pokemon, so that's quite nice. Well, I think it's time for me to actually heal up my team members, so let me quickly go ahead and jump down this ledge. Now you don't really have to worry about getting back above this ledge or the other side of this route. You can easily go ahead and do that by crossing the cycling route. And of course, we do have a few items that we can actually pick up over here, as well as a few trainers that we can actually challenge. So let me actually quickly go ahead and pick up these berries over here and we can move on. Now I'm just going back north from this building because I just wanted to see if they actually connect, which I don't think they do, but we do have apparently another trainer over here, so we can battle her as well. Alright, she seems like a collector as well, and she actually has a Minchino. That's pretty cool. Personally, I have never used a Minchino, so I really don't know how good this Pokemon is. Now, I have heard that it's actually a normal type Pokemon, and I think it evolves using Shiny Stone. So, unless you have a Shiny Stone with you, I think it's a bit difficult to level it up and evolve it. But I'm not really sure how good it is in a Pokemon battle. Now that is one thing I think you guys could talk about, if you have used it, please comment down below how good it is. Alright, here we have another Pokemon, which is a Pikachu. Quite cool. I'm glad that she has a Pikachu and a Minchino, which are 2 cute Pokemons. And we were easily able to take it down, of course. Now I have still kept the experience share with Aaron. I just want to, level it up before I start leveling up my other team members, which I think I might do off episodes, but we do have to see how that will go. Alright, here I did encounter a Wingull, which is a pretty cool Pokemon. Again, it's having a really good typing, but personally I won't be using it. Alright, just like I thought, it's actually sort of is having a route over here, except that one fence that I have built over there. I believe if that fence was not there, we could have gone ahead and reached this side of the route just from this area. Alright, let's go back to the part where we were near the entrance of that cycling road building. Again, since this route has a lot of grass in it, I would definitely recommend you guys buy some ripples or super ripples in Playtech City. That will actually help you avoid all of these encounters that I'm actually not able to avoid. Unfortunately, I forgot to buy ripples, so I have to struggle over here. Maybe for the next episode, I'll go back to Playtech City and get some ripples. Alright, here we have a pair of trainers, pretty cool. And they actually have a Stunky and a Gulpin. Now I believe that both of these Pokemons you will be able to encounter here in Route H. So that is pretty cool. Alright, I guess the trainers in these routes are kind of like a preview to what Pokemon you could find in this route. So that is actually a pretty good information. And I guess I forgot the rule about taking down one Pokemon at a time for a double battle. As you can see, I'm actually struggling for that. Since both of my opponents are actually poison type Pokemons, I did decide to switch out my, I guess, Grottle. Unfortunately, I won't be really able to use Curlia on Stunky since it's a part dark type. So I think the only Pokemon that I can help with is gonna be Gulpin. Thankfully, Molga does learn Spark at a very low level, so that is actually a pretty good move. I personally like it better than Thundershock, so I think that is nice to have on my Molga. The only thing I think I'm kind of struggling over here is the fact that my Molga is still at level 11. I believe that if it was at level 25, it would have done greater damage to Stunky over here. Alright, it also seems like Stunky actually has rough skin, which is very weird. I didn't really realize it would learn that ability. I guess it might be something on this, I guess, ROM hack as well. But finally I decided to go to Gyarados as Curlia doesn't really help. Alright, at least Stunky is paralyzed, so it isn't really doing too much damage. And I'll definitely go ahead with Dragon Rage. That should be able to take it down in one hit. Alright, we have defeated these trainers as well. And I guess it's finally we are able to go to Route I. We do have one pair of trainers left. That is just before the Pokemon Center that we have in Route I, which was, according to me, quite sad because the last time I played this game a few years ago, I actually lost to these two guys right here, which means I had to make my way all the way from Great Big City till this route just because of losing these guys, and that too quite close to the next Pokemon Center. This time I'm definitely not going to be losing to these guys, so we have to be a lot careful. As you can see, one of the trainer actually has a Breloom, which is very tough to take down unless you have a flying type Pokemon or a psychic type, which in my case would be definitely Curlia, so I am going to be switching into it. And as usual, I did decide to switch in my Grottle since it doesn't really do too much of a damage. Alright. Thankfully, nothing really hit on me. I think Breloom did use Mega Drain, but it doesn't really affect my Pokemon. Sadly, Molga went down. I think my switching out plan kind of didn't work. But that's okay. I did bring in my Gyarados, who should be able to help with the fight. Now, even though Gyarados over here is a water and flying type Pokemon, unfortunately, it doesn't really know a water type move. I was at least wishing it would have learned Water Gun, but apparently not. So I'm kind of stuck with a water type Pokemon which has no water type move. Pretty bad. But at least it does have Dragon Rage, so I guess we are good with one thing over here. Alright, we were able to take down the Breloom, that is the main thing. And I think in this turn we will be able to take down the Aaron as well. Yep, there we go. We have defeated these two Pokemons over here, and I believe that is the only Pokemon they have. Oh, never mind, they have another one as well. Alright, seems like they have a Diglett, and I actually really wish that Gyarados could have learned a water type move for this one at least. Either way, we were able to take them down, and we have defeated these trainers. Not bad. I think the last time I played this game, I think the Breloom was the one who gave me a lot of trouble. Thankfully, my Curlia was able to take it down in one hit, so we are good. Alright, here we are. This is actually, I believe, a part of Route I, and we have a Pokemon Center right here, so this is pretty good. Let me quickly heal up my team members, and we can go back to Cycling Route and defeat all the trainers over there as well. Here we are back in Route H, Cycling Route, and as you can see, we already have cyclists over here around this area. Alright, I believe we have around, I think, 4 to 5 trainers in this route, so we should be able to level up our team members a bit over here as well. Alright, here is the first trainer that we are battling on this road. And of course, they have a Magnemite, which is one of my, again, favorite electric type Pokemon, so it's nice to see it. I guess the only other thing I can do to defeat them, not having a fire type Pokemon, would be by using my Gyarados, who is having, I think, 4 times super effectiveness or 4 times weakness to Magnemite's moves. At least it does have Dragon Rage, so should be able to take down the Pokemons with one hit. Alright, seems like Aaron is catching up with my team members. It is at level 16 now. Unfortunately, it does evolve at level 30, so it is quite far from leveling up and evolving. Pretty sad about that because I wish it would have, evolved around level 25. 30 is a bit too far. But I guess that's what we have got for now and we do have to work with it. Alright, Gyarados is a pretty good Pokemon to go against these guys, but I think I do have to switch in my team members a bit as well. For now, let's quickly go ahead and defeat this trainer over here. When these Pokemon trainers are, kind of running around, I think the easiest way to catch their eye would be just standing in the line where they're crossing. Instead of just chasing them around, that is an easier way. Alright, it seems like this trainer also has electric type Pokemons, so that might be a thing with the Cyclids. So I might have to switch into my other Pokemons. Emolga can't really do damage on the electric type Pokemon, so it's of no use. Alright, Razor Leaf is doing good damage, and it seems like the Pokemons over here are kind of pretty weak. They are around level 14, which is quite low for the other trainers that we have seen. I mean, as far as I've seen, the trainers did have Pokemons around level 20 in this route, so this is quite surprising. Alright, he does have a second Voltorb, who is at level 16. Alright, at least we are seeing a bit higher level Pokemons. Maybe they just have Pokemons with ascending order for, I guess, their levels. And of course, he has a Magnemite himself. So let me actually switch out to my Kirlia. I think Kirlia can do more damage with Steel type Pokemons, even though the moves are not that effective. And it seems like they have Magnetic Pull. Okay. I guess if I am using a Steel type Pokemon, then it will only be able to target a Magnemite in a double battle. That I think is the Magnetic Pull ability, but I'm not really sure. At least we have defeated this trainer over here. Let's quickly go ahead and move on. We do have to go through here. And here is our next, our next trainer. For some time, there are trainers, they don't really battle you in this route, so I'm just making sure that I talk to all the trainers just to battle all of them. And I guess my guess was kind of right over here for this route, considering that all of these trainers do have electric type Pokemon. Alright, let me actually use, started using Sonic Boom, which is a really good move if you're using it on a lower level Pokemon, because it does take 20 HP down every time. Alright, it almost took down my Kirlia, so that means it is quite strong. Alright, let's go ahead and switch in. I guess let's see which Pokemon is gonna be next and switch in accordingly. But it seems like this trainer actually has only one Pokemon, so that was pretty cool. And it seems like he has registered himself to our Pokenav. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but that's okay. Seems like this one is also a trainer, so that's nice. Let's quickly go ahead and battle her as well. She seems to have only one Pokemon in her team, so that is pretty good. It's another Magnemite at level 18. This time I do have Kirlia up in front, so we should be able to use Confusion and take it down in 2 hits. Alright. Kirlia is one more level away from learning Psychic, which is why I'm really excited to actually train it up over here. once it learns that move, I think it's gonna be pretty strong. And it seems like Aaron is actually learning Iron Defense, which actually might be a good move to teach it to. So I might go ahead and remove Tackle. Alright. Now that we have defeated this trainer, let's check out the other part of this route and see if there are any more trainers that are left to battle. If not, I think this is actually a good place for me to end out this episode. In the next episode, we'll definitely be going ahead and exploring some volcanic cave route as well, and going to our next city where we are going to be continuing the storyline. The one thing I feel like an issue with this game over here is that they actually don't tell you where to go once you get your second gym badge. It was quite confusing for me to know that I had to go to a particular town without being told to go over there, so that was pretty confusing. But I guess that's the reason why we are doing this playthrough, so that you guys don't get confused when you're playing this game. Either way, here we have another trainer. I think this is the last trainer we have in this route, and he has 2 Pokemons. Let's see if my Curlia will actually level up over here. If it does, it's gonna be pretty cool. But we do have to use 2 moves to take this Magnemite down. Alright, not bad. And unfortunately, it didn't level up. I think it still needs around 200 EXP to level up. That's okay. We are almost, I believe, at the end of the cycling route. Yep, and that is all the trainers we had for this route. It was quite a large route and we had a lot of trainers to go through as well. I'm quite happy about it. And now that we are here back near the Pokemon Center, I think this is a good place for me to end out this episode. So thank you all for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.